Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Dave Eno Exchange. I'm your host, Dave Eno, once again, and this is episode 2. Now, friends, we have a special guest for us today. He's a multi-platinum producer who has worked with some of the hottest artists in the game, from Lil Baby to Lil Durk, Travis Scott, NLE Choppa, Big Sean, Smiley, Scory, Tuzi, man, and the list goes on. I would like to introduce you guys to the one and only from our city, Mr. YoungTN. How you doing, brother? How you doing, man?
I'm good, bro. How
I
you doing?
appreciate you coming through. I'm good, man. I can't complain, man. How's life treating you, man?
It's been good, bro.
Yeah?
Good. Yeah, just doing work, school, just living life, bro.
I love it, man. I love it, man. You know what? I think people sometimes forget, man, like, music business is work, man, but at the same time, you gotta live, man. You gotta enjoy life, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's good, man. So I got a question for you, man. I know, well, obviously we got an age difference. Hopefully I don't look that old. But obviously there's age difference. And I know from, doing my research and knowing stuff about you, you got in the game at a young age, right?
Yeah.
How old were you when you got in, man? So the public knows.
Probably when I was like 13, 14 is when I started making beats.
It's amazing, man.
Yeah, but maybe 16 is when I actually got my foot into the music industry.
That's amazing,
Into the
man.
door, you know what I mean?
That's amazing, man.
Yeah.
Like, I'll tell you, man, 13, 14, I was playing soccer and getting cuts, and you were literally building a whole career at that young age, man. Like, what was the motivation for that, man? Like, what made the 13, 14-year-old think that, you know what? I want to make music. Like, what went into your mind? Like, how did you get to that point?
Yeah, so honestly, before music, I used to do these it's corny now, but it's Minecraft intros. I used to make those.
Yeah.
I used to make them from scratch.
Wow.
You know what I mean? So I'll get paid maybe $10, $20. You know what I mean?
That's awesome.
And I would make these things from scratch, and it'll take me 20 hours to do.
Wow.
Yeah, I'll sit there for 20 hours just animating. It's literally me animating.
Holy crap.
Yeah, and then I kind of got into that when I was at a really young age, grade 6, 7, 8.
Wow.
And halfway through grade 8, I kind of stopped. It was getting really annoying.
Yeah.
To do, because it's very repetitive. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then I seen this video on YouTube. It was some 11-year-old kid. He was making he was on the radio with his own music.
Yeah.
And I'm like, he's 11 and he can do it. Why I'm 13? Why can't I do that?
Wow.
And I've always loved music. Whenever I would make these intros, I just listen to EDM music all day, every day.
I love it.
Even hip hop too.
Yeah.
And then so I picked up GarageBand. I didn't have I had my sister's laptop.
Yeah.
So she had GarageBand on there, and I started making beats from that. I would just use I was using the snare as a hi-hat. I was just throwing sounds wherever I can, you know what I mean?
That's amazing.
I still have my first beat to this day. It's on my hard drive.
Oh my God.
Yeah, man.
That's amazing.
And from there, I kind of I started having fun with it.
Yeah.
This was halfway through grade 8, so I was 13.
Yeah.
And I would continue to make beats. And then I got into Logic. And then my music teacher, he's the one that he also produces.
Wow.
So he gave me all the contact instruments for free and stuff. He actually blessed me.
Wow.
You know what I mean? To this day, one of the reasons why I'm here today is because of what he did for me.
That's
and he
good.
taught me chord progressions. I would do very happy chords and make all these random types of beats. When I look back at them, I'm like, okay, it's trash, but it's a start.
It's
you know
a
what
start,
I mean?
man. Yeah. Foot in the door.
I got into Logic Pro after, and from there I just kept working all throughout high school. There was a point where I quit though.
Yeah.
I quit in high school, and I I don't know. It was people weren't rocking with my stuff.
Yeah.
And it would get to me, and I used to be the guy that always got picked on and stuff. So I'm just okay, whatever.
Yeah. Whatever. Yeah.
I stopped. And then Fortnite was really big at the time, so I played Fortnite all day, every day.
Straight up Fortnite,
Yeah, bro, during the summer. And then then grade 10 happened. My mom's like, yeah, you can't be playing video games no more during the weekdays. You know what I mean? Immigrant parents, bro.
Yeah,
that's how they be.
I can't even knock them, man. I do the same thing with my kids. They're like, Monday to Friday, it's work.
Yeah.
You get with Friday and Saturday, you get your game time there.
Yeah.
But shout out to immigrant parents there.
Yeah,
I love
man. So I'm glad she did that, because then I wouldn't be where I'm at.
True.
But in my mind, I'm like, okay, so if I stop for 5 days, I'll get rusty at the game. So there's no point in me trying to even do something with it. So then I'm like, let me get back into music.
Yeah.
And so I redid my Instagram, and I just started posting my beats constantly.
Yeah.
And people started to like them a lot more. I was getting better each day.
See?
And I was getting better feedback, but I was still in high school, everyone's just
Haters everywhere.
haters, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I wasn't getting I was getting hate still to like, but it was okay.
Yeah.
And I just kept working and working. I met my boy Benji. He like really taught me how to network.
Wow.
He's one of the, like, I thank him every single day for like,
Wow, man.
the work, for like helping me throughout this whole thing.
I love it.
Yeah, he would take me to all these events and stuff.
Yeah.
Like, I'll come to downtown when I was in grade 10. I didn't even have a cell phone. I used to carry my mom's cell phone.
Hey.
I used to give people my iCloud. You feel what I'm saying?
Humble beginnings, bro.
Yeah,
I love it.
And so like, yeah, I just be around, and then I would network, introduce. Like, I remember the first time I even networked, I was just like, I was shaking. I was like, hi, nice to meet you. I was like a little like kid. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And yeah, honestly, but like those things are like what taught me to like learn how to like network, how to talk, how to speak to people. And I'd always just follow up with people every single time. And from there, bro, like, COVID hit, I kept networking, and I got my biggest hits after that. You feel what I'm saying?
That's what I'm saying. Like, it's crazy, man. Like, everyone kind of thinks, no one knows the journey it takes for someone to get where they're at. But like, it's funny when you talk about that, when you speak about even just like high school, like, there's always gonna be haters.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, this is the world we're in. There's a lot of people who may want to do something similar that you're doing, but they just haven't put the courage, or they don't want to put the work in. So it's easy to bring someone else down, right? But what I do like what you said is that you surpassed that.
Yeah.
You didn't let those people bring you back down. You kind of just kept pushing through, you know what I mean?
Yeah, man.
Have you ever seen any of those people up to today? Have you seen them ever since?
Like a few, like, during uni.
Yeah.
I see them, I'll say what's up. But like, yeah, a lot of times, like, those people that never really talked to back then.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, now they talk to me. So it's like that, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
but like,
that's the game, bro.
Yeah, but it is what it is. Like, people will catch on to the hype. They're not gonna catch you when you're at the bottom.
That's true, man. That's true, man. You know what? Not everyone has the vision to see, past this. It's like, or not even to understand. Listen, there's building blocks. You know what I mean? There's always a first step. And the first step is the learning. Yeah. 2 gets better, 3 gets better, 4 gets better, and as you just keep on going up, right?
Yeah.
I like what you said about your parents, man, because, like I said, I got immigrant parents too, man. And, immigrant parents, they listen, you're here, you're going to school, you're doing this.
Very hard-headed.
Very hard-headed. Like, this is what it's going to be, right? And I know sometimes that's difficult. So, like, when you went into music, were they kind of like, are you crazy? Or were they kind of like, or they're like, you know what? You can fool around a little bit, but make sure you do your books. You know what I mean? How were they? What were their thought points?
For my mom and dad, it was always I was always studying, like, not always studying, but like the books are good. Like, like I was getting good marks, and like I maintained that throughout high school. Like, I'll maintain really good averages. But like, especially being like a brown, like Tamil Sri Lankan, like, it's not like, music isn't seen as like a crazy thing, For them, it's like getting the degree. Right?
Yeah.
But music is like, it's whatever. It's so hard to even get into it. Like, or not even get into it. It's so hard to even make money from it.
Yeah, 100%.
And so like, like at first my parents just kind of like, they accepted it as a hobby.
Yeah.
Right? And like, it was a hobby. Like, I won't even lie, it was. I would just make it every day though. But like, it wasn't making any revenue from it. So, and then my mom was pretty supportive about it though. Like, she never like ever told me to stop.
Good.
Right? As long as I maintain my marks, that's all that matters.
Yeah.
And and like, maybe like couple like aunts and stuff wouldn't like it like back at home, even after the success. Like, they just didn't understand it.
Yeah.
But yeah, my mom was cool, and like, I remember like it would be 11 o'clock and she'd be like, yeah, turn it down.
Yeah.
But now it's like, oh, like, she doesn't care. Like, I'll be up at like 2 a.m., 3 a.m. and I'll have the subwoofer on and like, they'll hear it. They're used to it now.
They're used to it now, yeah.
And it went from like, oh, why are you making music, to now like, oh, where's me? Like,
what do you do? Yeah. Get back in the studio. Yeah.
You know what I mean? And my dad comes and starts vibing and like,
it, man.
yeah. So it was after they seen the success though. And what changed for them is when they seen that I had a team.
Yes.
Right? Like, if you tell an immigrant parent, oh, I got a lawyer, I got an accountant, I got a manager.
Yeah.
And they'll be like, oh, like, what are you talking about?
Yeah.
Oh, wow, okay.
Yeah, exactly.
And then, and like another thing that helped a lot was my manager, like coming in and like, they even took them out to dinner and stuff. You feel what I'm saying? So
yeah, man.
And like having a relationship with my family, because I was really young at the time. Like, I got my biggest record around 16, right? So that was when I got my first Lil Baby record.
Wow, man.
And so like, even like when I had to sign documents, it's like I had to get parental.
Yeah, parental. Yeah.
You know what I mean? So they didn't understand it, but my managers helped them
to understand
build
it.
that trust. And then I would like go to LA and stuff. Like my mom would never let me go to LA.
Yeah,
You know what I
It's
mean?
like, what are you going there for?
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like, so yeah, and signing the deal was another big thing too.
Yeah.
When I signed with Warner Chappell Records, that's when they're like, oh, like,
He's done it.
yeah,
Yeah,
like,
he's
you
done
know
it.
what I mean? And then that's when all the aunts and uncles started calling my parents up and like all my cousins, like,
Yeah.
So it's honestly a blessing. Like, I'm so thankful that I'm in
Yeah,
this
man.
position, but like, yeah,
Takes time, man.
now they're pretty cool with it. Yeah.
That's amazing, man. You know what? I love that. I love support. You know what? Supportive parents are like the key, man.
Yeah.
Supportive people in general
Yeah.
is massive, man. But to have like your parents know they have your back is key, and especially like in the beginning, like I said, it's different. You know what I mean? To think that, and I agree with what you're saying. You know, like I'm so happy that this happened for you, like in Toronto, because we're in Toronto and we're so diverse, like the most diverse place on the planet. Because of that diversity, you know, other cultures have chances to get into hip hop. You know what I mean? Where other parts of the world, it might not be a big thing for them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I love the fact that, you know, like you said, the brown boy from the Six, man. You know, the Sri Lankan guy. I love that, man. Like, because, like I said, and people don't realize, because different cultures get into certain music, you could be able to bring a different flavor, a different taste to the music that, you know, I might have never heard, or sounds I've never heard before. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And maybe you've heard before just by your experiences growing up, right? Which in turn creates a whole plethora of different type of music, right?
Yeah, man, blending different genres. Like every single day, like I like even my manager really encourages this. Like it's to always incorporate my own native sounds, like Sri Lankan sounds, Tamil sounds. Because like whenever we go to a wedding and stuff, like I'm sure you, I don't know if you've been to them, right? You see how big they're done, right?
And it gets really hype, bro. I gotta say, man, yeah, man.
And they got all these types of instruments and the drums.
The drums come out. Oh my god!
It's literally rumbling. You know what I mean? So I feel like there is a way to connect that into hip hop.
100%.
Like you've even seen it with Punjabi music. You know what I mean? Like those guys are coming up here, especially in Toronto.
Yeah,
man.
Man. They're coming up heavy.
So I'm trying to do that with like Tamil people, you know, and that's kind of the goal. And there's a few artists that are out here, but we don't got numbers like India though.
Yeah.
But I'm trying to get those numbers here.
You do it, man. You know what? A lot of times it's just the right person in the right platform to bring attention. Because I remember, like I said, Timbaland always comes to mind, man, because this guy's just a musical genius. But I remember when Indian Flute came out.
Yeah.
And when that song came out, and you just heard no one ever thought to, oh, yo, this guy has a different culture vibe with that flute, and it was like, all right. You know what I mean? Like, it's something that the typical person wouldn't hear, but because Tim, you know, is experienced and has the right amount of people around him, you know what I mean, and the right different type of cultures around him, you're gonna hear sounds that typically you wouldn't hear. You know what I mean?
In a regular record, yeah.
You know what I mean? So like, taking your experiences, taking that culture and bringing it to the hip hop, bringing it to any really genre of music, is gonna be something that you have over everyone else.
That's facts. You don't even see many brown people. Like, at least personally, like whenever I go to LA or Vegas or something, man. Like I don't really see that brown guy.
They're like, where are you from, man? You Trinidad?
Everyone thinks I'm Dominican, Trinity, like everything. It's because of the curly hair, you feel me?
I know, exactly. Well, you know what though? But it's the best part is when you can say, nah, man, my family's from Sri Lanka, man. They're like, oh, you just gave someone knowledge that they didn't have before.
Exactly, yeah.
You know what I mean? I introduced you to something you didn't know. You know, typically people see a black person, like, you gotta be either from Jamaica or Africa. Well, buddy, there's a lot of us around the entire planet, you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's
There's other different, Guyana, Trinidad, St. Lucia, Aruba, you know what I mean? So when you come into the music business, and as like you said, as a guy from Sri Lanka, to be able to say, listen, I'm here, I'm dropping beats down here like crazy. My name is stamped in the business. I'm gonna let you hear some things you never heard before. That's exciting. For an artist, that's exciting. You know what I mean?
It is.
That's why I love that, man. So tell me, 16, you said, your first big placement with Lil Baby, like how in the world did like I said, I'm still blown away, man. Like the age to be this successful at such a young age, like 16 years old, man, you're getting placement with Lil Baby. Like how did that even come about, bro?
Honestly, it's just straight like, obviously like luck with any placement in general, there's luck is a factor, but it's also like the work you put in before that.
Yeah.
And so like I said, like I was networking a lot. And when COVID hit, like school was closed. Right? Like I remember those days vividly because like I was working and I was doing something that I never would think I would do.
Yeah.
So before I used to always think like I want to be a beat maker. I want to make beats.
Yeah.
You know, because there's two sides to like a beat. There's the melody aspect and then the actual beat itself. And I always like doing the drums. But then I seen like a couple guys like from Toronto that were getting placements left, right, and center. I'm like, how are you guys doing it?
Yeah.
And they're like my age or like a little bit older than me.
Yeah.
And then I realized they're making loops, melodies, samples, like it's all the same. And so I'm like, okay, maybe I gotta start doing it. And so I started making melodies myself. I think I was on FL at the time, so I started making a bunch of loops, bunch of melodies. I'll make like 2 to 3 a day.
Wow.
You know what I mean?
Wow.
And in January, February, that's all I did. And during those times, I connected, while doing that, I was connecting with different producers.
Wow.
And there's this one producer who I worked on with Social Distancing and Hats Off, Chi.
Okay.
You know, at first, like he worked on My Turn before the Deluxe, so he had one record on there.
Oh,
so that's how I knew of him, and I wanted to work with him. And at that time, obviously, like, you know, like I tried DMing, messaging, and nothing would have worked. You know what I mean? Because he had, how many people are DMing him? You know what I mean?
100%. Yeah, 100%.
And so what I did was I had to think of a unique way to network. And I realized that like if you go, like everybody's social media account has like an email tied to them. You know what I mean? And like he didn't have his email like on Instagram or even on his Twitter. And so I eventually found his email just like searching online. And it was like a really random email. And I just sent him a pack right then and there. And I think that first or second pack I sent him was Social Distancing by Lil Baby. Like it just happened. Like,
wow.
Yeah. And he texted me the next day and he's like, yo, like your stuff's fire. Like I really rock with you. And I just kept sending him stuff. And then eventually I connected with Section 8, who was working with Chi at the time.
Wow.
He did like We Paid and all these other big records for Baby. But he would message me and he's like, yo, like send me some stuff. And I'll work with him. And I'll make like 2, 3, 4 melodies every single day, just and literally send them straight to them.
Wow.
And yeah, I just kept going at it. And then like those 3-4 months of COVID, like I wasn't talking to it. Everyone's locked inside.
Everyone's locked in. What are you gonna do?
I'm just literally wake up, make a melody, you know, eat lunch, make a melody, watch Netflix, make a melody. Like
I love it.
It's just making melodies over and over again. And while doing that, eventually Baby was working with them directly, and he ended up hopping on one of the beats.
Wow, man.
Yeah.
That's
and I heard one of the songs. It's none of the bigger ones. It's one where Baby's a feature. I heard it, like I woke up and I just like I'll go on Instagram and like a key part of like getting placements is like going on people's lives because you might hear a snippet.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like you don't know when a record.
It's gonna
you don't know when
pop.
you have a record. You feel what I mean? Like that's just how it's really hard. To know unless they directly tell you. But like as a 16, 15-year-old kid, I was 15 at the time. Yeah, 15 at the time.
Wow.
I didn't really like I didn't have no connects. I'm just a brown guy from like in my bedroom just making beats. You know what I mean? So I woke up 10 a.m. I remember, and I went to one of Baby's artists live. And I hear the song. I'm like, yo, this is dope. Like this is sick. And like Lil Baby's like going crazy. And then I hear the melody, and I'm like, wait, that's mine. Yeah, I'm like, that's my melody. I started jumping up and down.
Man.
And I didn't tell anyone. I only told my sister and my cousin. Because he was making beats with me at the time. I didn't want to tell everyone because like you don't know if it's going to come out.
Yeah, 100%.
And yeah, I started jumping up and down. I was like, no way. Like I just wanted a placement with one major artist.
Yeah,
and
man.
I it happened to be a Lil Baby.
Wow, man.
Right? And then from there, I got the text that, oh, he's going to drop it on the next deluxe album. And I didn't hear the song until like maybe 2 or 3 days before.
That's crazy, bro.
The song really, or actually a week actually for Social Distancing. And then it dropped and life changed since then.
That's crazy, man.
Yeah,
That's amazing. You know what? That's a crazy, crazy, crazy story. But I'm telling you, man, nobody realizes how much work is involved. And I think the key, like, yes, luck plays a factor, but I think what the key in that story is persistence.
Yeah.
Because it's easy to say, I reached out to this person, I didn't hear back.
Yeah.
I DM'd this person, I didn't hear back.
Yeah.
Let me go try someone else. But I like what you did. Like, you Googled, search, find the email. You know, like you want something that bad, you gotta you put effort into it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it shows that it paid off. You know what I mean? Like you put the work into finding it. You didn't give up. You didn't let people talk smack and deter you, and you just focused in and look, you got blessed, man. Like that is crazy, man. And like you said, top tier artist, man, right off the back. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like it's all about networking. It's because you have to, like, I think of it like as everyone is a human, like so like, and everyone kind of tends to like view like an artist like, oh, he's really hard to reach to, and yeah, like they are hard to reach to, but there's a way to reach out to them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And
100%.
as a kid, I wasn't allowed to fly out or anything,
Yeah,
so
of
I had
course.
to work with what I had, and I had the blessing of Instagram and like Google search.
Google search, yeah.
So like now with like different resources like ChatGPT, you can like easily find a person's team, and you can find the 7 closest people to them.
Wow.
And you just reach out to them. You know what I mean? And networking is about providing value to the other person.
Yes.
Right. That's something I started realizing too.
Yep.
And you got to catch on to waves. Like now it's like what I used to do was send melodies to everyone.
Yeah.
Now it's like it doesn't really work. It's so saturated. Everyone does it now.
It's true, man.
So it's honestly about building a connection in the studio, which I've been doing. You know what I mean? So whenever they come out to Toronto or they even live in Toronto, I work at Warner Chapel, right? So I just book out the studio there, and we just cook. You know what I mean?
I love that, man.
And it's about building that genuine connection too.
Yeah.
Right? Like Instagram DM is one thing, but actually sitting face to face with someone
and talking and
like you'll hear more of a response that way than.
Yeah, true. And you know what? It's very true, man. I know, even like I always say, man, people's phones you probably like me, is like 1 million unread text messages, 1 million missed calls. Like,
oh, my email and DMs is.
It's insane, man.
Yeah.
And you can't keep up. And I think, like for what you're saying, it's hard to, reach out to those people, hard to get hold of them because, and it's not like they're being disrespectful or they're rude. It's just like sometimes it's impossible to get back to 400 text messages.
Yeah.
You got to go with what's most important. But if you reach out to the right person, maybe their manager or their, like you said, their wingman, they might have a little more time to say, okay, you know what? Yo, check this out. You know what I mean? And like you said, persistence, man. Persistence is one of the biggest things, man.
Yeah,
and it's funny. So you said ChatGPT. I always like asking, all the different producers and even people in industry itself. I know everyone is always shook when it comes to AI. Like, what are your thoughts on AI? Like, what are your thoughts on AI, especially like for your industry in general? You know what I mean?
I say for the artist side, it's kind of like scary because it's actually pretty accurate. Like I know there's that one Drake song.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
With the Weeknd, it was Weeknd AI and Drake AI.
Yeah.
It was good.
Yeah,
like, it was a really good song, and it literally sounded like them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I think for an artist, it's kind of scary because you never know where
How it's
things
gonna
are,
connect.
how it's gonna work.
Yeah.
But as a producer, I think AI is pretty sick. Like I know, like even Splice and stuff, like they kind of have like AI like things in there.
Yeah.
And even there's so many different like websites, and you can make melodies now with AI.
Okay.
And I think it's about using that in your own way though, not just making AI do the work for you.
Yeah.
But like it's got to be something where like, okay, like I like this sound from AI, and I bring that into the session file, and I'll build around that.
Sick.
You know what I mean? Or like let it inspire you to get new ideas. Because especially as a melody maker, like you start from scratch. You're literally with a blank canvas, and if you see a blank canvas like 1,000 times, you're not gonna come up with something every single time.
Yeah.
So if you have like maybe the blank canvas and then there's like an outline of like a little like something where you can add on to, that would be like AI like doing that. You feel what I mean? So that's what it would be for music.
Okay.
So honestly, I think it's a great thing. I think people should utilize it more. I've done it a couple times.
Good,
like
man.
I'll take like AI generated vocals and just build a beat around it. So
that's amazing, man.
I think it's a good thing.
That's amazing, man. That's amazing. Well, you know what? It's good though. I agree, man. Technology is one of those things you kind of have to move forward with. Like, imagine still working with a flip phone, and then you have an iPhone here that does all this stuff. You know what I mean? Like, be living in the Stone Ages. You know, how do you how do you keep up? You know what I mean? So like, I totally agree. So, tell me this: out of all, the music you've made, has there been one that's been hard, or one that was like super complex that took time to kind of perfect before you heard it out there in the industry? Like,
from all the records I've had, which one's the most complex one? No, honestly, all my biggest records are the ones that were the least complex.
Wow. See, look at that. See?
Right? Like I know, like I'll go back to the session files and I'll look at like the time. It'll tell you the time it took to make it, and it'll just be like 20 minutes, 10 minutes.
Wow.
Right? And a lot of the time, like I think I even have a recording of me making one, because I used to like just record myself because I like to just like maybe one day I might look back at it, right?
Yeah.
I remember one 2C record, I recorded it and I just watched myself, and I was just like in the zone, and it was so quick. It was like 10 minutes, 20 minutes, and it's the ones that I don't over focus on that ends up being the really good ones, because you have to realize as an artist, or just music in general, what is the main instrument? It's the artist's voice.
It's true.
Right?
It's
So if
true.
you complicate things with all these other things, how can the artist possibly even sing on it?
Wow, that's true, man. I never thought about that.
Right? You have like, if you look at all the biggest Drake records, like if you just listen to the instrumental on its own, go on YouTube, search up that song's instrumental, you realize how empty of a beat it is.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And so that's what I realized, like all the melodies I made now, like, or my biggest records, like I never liked them in the beginning.
Yeah.
I never did until I grew to like them. And it's the stuff that I don't like that ends up
being the big hit.
Yeah.
Look at that, eh? That's crazy, man. Hey, but you know what, you're right. The artist is that's exactly like it's funny, I never thought about it that way. Like their voice is the
main instrument.
Yeah, that's crazy. But you know what, that's great, man. Some things that like the typical person doesn't really think of. I know we spoke about EDM in the beginning, right? Mm-hmm. Now, is there any plans to do some EDM, with some artists out there now?
Honestly, nah. Like I haven't really looked into it because like I stopped EDM once I started, like maybe like back when I like quit and I rebranded. Mm-hmm. I was making hip hop beats. Yeah. But EDM was very fun. It's just a time consuming. It's a lot like hip hop is very like throw a melody, throw a beat. The artist records. Yeah. Easy. Yeah. Right. Yeah. EDM is very like you have to sit there, then you got to record the vocals, and then you got to tweak it more, and there's a lot of post production. Yeah. And so and it took a lot longer to make. I won't even lie, like an hour, 2 hours, 3 hours. You know what I mean? Just for like an idea. Wow. But honestly, like I've been listening to a lot of like EDM music. I've been going back to my old playlist and I like it. I like some EDM, man. Like there's a lot of like sick artists, man. Like I know one of my favorite, Calvin Harris, man. Like Calvin Harris is one of my favorite. Calvin Harris is amazing. That guy has like, I remember I was on Spotify and I was looking through his playlist and I'm like, man, this guy has so many hits with so many artists. Yeah. And I feel like this man is just always putting out new song. And the thing with EDM, what I do like, man, is that it's happy. Yeah. I feel like I'm always happy. Yeah. No matter what I'm doing, I'm happy. I could be cleaning the kitchen, man, and I'm like, yeah, man, you know what I mean? It just gets you in that nice vibe, man. Like it's the build up that's what I like. Yeah. Because it's long build ups and it's just like you think it's gonna drop here, then it doesn't. Man. It's a tease. They're always teasing you. Yeah. Those guys are there. I gotta say they're well gifted with their craft, man. Yeah. So I think then besides EDM, is another type or genre of music you think that you would do good in? You know what I mean? We know you got hip hop on lock. Yeah. What would you think would be like, you know what? With everything I've learned so far, what would be nice or exciting to tap into that you could bring a little flavor to? Honestly, lately, what I've been practicing is R&B music. Yeah, R&B. Nice. Like as a kid, I was really stubborn, and one thing that like you can even ask my manager, like he knows this too. Like I always was like, I want to make trap beats, hip hop beats, like you know, like strictly. Yeah, and because that was like what I was comfortable with. Yeah. But then like only like this year is when I started to realize like I need to start learning other genres. Mm-hmm. I need to start making different types of beats, and I would make different types of beats before. But like I was very stubborn with it. Yeah. And so R&B is something I've been learning, like just learning new chord progressions. And I've been in the studio with a lot of R&B producers. Oh, I love it. And just studying like old, like Brandy and like, you know, like all types of music. So yeah. I just listen to all that and I'm like, holy, like this is fire. Yeah, man. Like, this is what you guys listen to. Yeah, like, you know what I mean? Like that's what you guys grew up with. You know what's funny? It's funny because I was talking with someone else. I'm like, man, R&B has changed, man. Like the 90s has been like, that was like it was just like the pinnacle of R&B, man. You know, with all the artists we had out back then, and up till to this day, man, like you get a lot of those artists still performing those hits. Like those hits, you know, 40 years later, 45 years, 50 years later, those songs are still heavy hitters, man. Even on TikTok, like some of them are trending. Yeah, you know man. What I mean? Yeah, and everyone now is doing a lot of remakes on them, right? Yeah. No, you think about the Brandys, the Monicas, the SWVs, the Aaliyahs, man. Like I go on forever, man. You know, and then that's just the female, let alone the males, the artists that we have. Like R&B, I think is one of those things are untapped. I heard this one interview and it was I think it was Tank. And Tank was like, someone was saying like, oh, you know, why isn't R&B as big as it is now, as not big as it was before, like now, right? And he goes, you know what? Because love was the main factor when it came to R&B songs. Like it was all about love, you know what I mean? And he goes, that has kind of like disappeared now
in R&B, right? Because that was the key, and because that was the key, when you talk about love, man, you can go on every avenue from heartbreak to newfound love to, to teenage love, to, school love, you know what I mean? There's so many avenues of music an R&B song could go on, but he goes like now, it's kind of disappeared in the R&B scene, you know what I mean?
It has, I can't even lie, it has.
And I think, if artists start bringing that back, and guys like you keep vocalizing that and saying the same thing, artists get back to those roots.
Yeah.
We love it. That music is timeless till today, you know what I mean?
It is, yeah. And just like sampling it, like, I know like Drizzy does a lot, you know what I mean? Especially on views and stuff.
Yeah,
like,
man, he's the G for that, man. Yeah, he knew, and I that's why I love, because he's one of those artists too that know how to, who grew up in, he grew up in the same era as me, man.
Yeah.
So he got to experience a lot of that amazing R&B and is not shy or not afraid to be able to know I can sample that and I will put this in a song. And I'm not trying to outdo the song, but I know that I'll put a nice little flow to it. You know what I mean? I'll put a nice little touch to it to make it up to these times, man. But still show respect to that original song. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I know. You know what? It's funny. My wife, we're on the road the other day, and she had found this amazing playlist on Spotify, man. And it was like, I think it was from the 90s, from the 90s to the 2000s of just R&B hits. When I was like,
that was a crazy period.
Crazy era of music. You know what I mean? So what do you think then? Now, we got R&B, we got hip hop, what about, have you ever thought about like getting into like alternative or rock? Has that ever been on a thought to maybe like, oh, wouldn't mind trying this?
I actually did make like a rock type beat before. So it was like a hip hop rock type beat. Yeah. I remember Scory, we have one big record together, it's called Moods. Like he was working on those type of like it's really sick. Like it's so unique.
Yeah.
And one of my boys at the time, like he was a producer, he sent me a rock loop and I just started, like it was crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, like honestly, I've tried. Like I listen to everything, like classical, like even just to get better at the piano. Like I used to like walk. Like I remember one time I was locked outside of my house coming home from school. I had to walk around the driveway and just listening to like straight like like the study piano music. But I listen to it and it's just like River Flows in You and like all those. Like, I was like, whoa, like, this is
good music, man. Yeah, man. People, you know what? I find people underestimate. Everyone kind of they think that they need to only listen to a certain type of music because of where they grew up or their culture. You don't realize how much music is so ingrained into other different types of things. Like for me, I love listening to like music scores from like movies.
Yeah.
Like I love, Hans Zimmerman. That dude has like, I think every movie that's ever won an Oscar, this man's music is in it. Man,
that guy's crazy.
He is just literally spectacular. Like, just mind blowing. Every movie score I think of, or every movie that I know I love, it's been his. Man, the guy worked on Lion King, for goodness sake. You know what I mean? Like Lion King, the original.
You gotta watch the Tamil movie.
Hey, bro.
The scores on there.
You put me on. I watched a lot of Hindi movies. Oh, really? Because in the West Indies, with the link between the West Indian culture and the Eastern culture is very close, right?
Yeah.
So from my dad and from my mom. I don't know what is being said, but the movie is dope.
Fire,
I know it was one of the ones we
just
grew
turn
up
on subtitles and you're good.
Man, subtitles. Thank goodness for Netflix on that, man, because sometimes now I know what's going on. And man, I gotta tell you, the movie is deep. It may be 3 hours long, but man, you're sitting there and you're like, holy smokes. No, she didn't talk to his boy for his man. You know what I mean? Like the storylines are crazy and the music score, like the music's good, man. Shah Rukh Khan, man, Kuch Kuch Hota Hai.
Those guys are crazy.
Those guys are the legends, man. And but amazing music that sometimes, like I said, people, if your ear is not inclined to listen to different things, you're missing out on so much. You know what I mean? There's so much, like movie scores, I think it's classical. Elvis is another guy who has had like some crazy music, man, and smart artists will know how to tap into that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Tap into some of those things that you never heard before, you know what I mean? And bring it to the music.
It's all about bringing that like nostalgic feeling for people, right?
Yep.
Because music at the end of the day, like whenever you listen to like music you listen to back in 2016 or 2009 or so on and so forth, it brings a certain era of your life.
Yes.
That's what you need to bring, that's what you need to invoke in people.
Yes.
And a lot of the times, if you have a connection with what you do, someone else will too, you know what I mean? So
you're so
it's all very feeling based.
Yes.
Right?
So
that's why chords are so important.
Yeah. You know, man, you hit the nail right on the head, man. That feeling base, because I know, and you're probably the same thing, man. You hear a certain song, and you're like transported back to that time.
Yeah.
You hear 50 song, and it's like G-Unit. What? You feel 50 of your boys around you just,
Yeah.
we in here, what?
Yeah.
And everyone's getting hyped, and you're getting goosebumps. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
and then when that's remixed or like
Oh my God.
sampled, that's why Drake is.
That's Drake's the G,
you know what I
man.
mean?
That Drake's the G, man. Man, I gotta say, man, like artists like that, like you said, you invoke that feeling, that goosebumps of hearing that song from back in the days, man.
Yeah.
Like I said, we're listening to some R&B a couple days ago, and you're hearing like, Drew Hill, and you're hearing some of these songs, you're like, oh man, that was, and you remember when you first heard it. I remember, this is before your time,
Yeah.
I remember listening to 93.7 BLK with my cassette, man, and the Quiet Storm would come out. And you'd hear these songs, and you're there recording it with your tape, man. Waiting. You hear the tape popping.
You have to record it with the tape,
man. You had to record it with the tape, man. This is before the burn-in CDs and streaming, man. Like legit cassette tape. You had to record it on the radio, commercials and all. But those songs are like ingrained in my head, man. Yeah. If I hear them, I remember being at my little cassette player, man. You know what I mean?
That's crazy.
Fixing it with my little pen to fix the twine, like. Everything, man. So like you said, it's all feeling, man. Feeling is a key, man.
Yeah.
I love that, man. So now tell me, what does TN do in his off time? When you're not working and you're just chilling and you just want to vibe out, what is it that you do in your off time, man? What do you do? What do you do to relax?
Honestly, like even during my off time, like there's a lot of schoolwork. So yeah. I'm still in school right now.
Good for you, brother. Good for you.
Yeah, so I do schoolwork, but I also bring my boys over, like even in my basement where my studio is, like I have like a TV, PS5. We always play like FIFA, NHL, like all types of games. We'll bring 4 controllers and
I love it.
All of us are, I have a pool table.
I love it.
You know what I mean? We'll play poker with no money though, but like just for fun. You know
I'm the same way, man. Exactly, man. I work too hard for my money, gambling away, man. We'll play for fun, just like I say, I beat you.
Yeah,
you know?
That's really how it is. So yeah, doing that, even just chilling, like going outside, going out, like to like random things, you know
man.
what I mean?
Yeah.
Even during the summer, like just late night like motives, we bring the lawn chairs out and we just chill in the
music on and chill.
Yeah, you know what I mean? We just chill.
Yeah.
So
I like
volleyball. I like to play ball too.
Hey,
volleyball.
Nice.
Yeah.
I like.
And honestly,
and
going to the gym. That's another thing.
Hey.
Yeah.
Health is wealth, man.
Yes, sir.
I'm glad you said that, man. People, sometimes everyone nowadays forgets that everyone thinks that going to the gym is for because I gotta look a certain way. It's your health is key, man. You know what I mean? You're healthy, you go to the gym, you keep yourself, up going. It helps keep this running perfectly too, you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's facts.
And I like you said, man, hang out with your boys, man, doing stuff, getting out there. It's good to disconnect because sometimes those disconnecting from work in general, when you get back to work, you're like, okay, I'm fresh, my mind's fresh, I'm ready, good to go, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And you know what? I remember, like you said, like the 4-color controller PS5 and all that. I remember when I was growing up, we had I'm dating myself here, man, but N64, man.
I've heard about that
N64, man. That was like the original 4-player, man. I remember playing GoldenEye, WCW versus NWO, man, for all day. Brother, I'm telling you, my hands would be calloused from just doing this. Me and my cousin, man, nonstop, hours on end, man, nonstop, man.
That's crazy.
Stone Cold Stunner, nonstop, man. So I like that. It's one of those things where it's good to disconnect from time to time, enjoy yourself, relax, man, get out and do things like you said. And it helps with the creativity too, right?
Yeah, it does.
I appreciate that, man. So, all right. Like every guest that comes on here, I am a guy that likes to have fun. I like to have fun. I love games. I love trivia. So I'm gonna put you on the spot today, bro. All right? So this is what we're gonna do. I got some few questions. Some of them are like guess the lyrics. Some of them are just music knowledge. Some stuff you probably won't
guess
know.
The lyrics. Oh, damn.
Yeah, bro. I know, like I said, producers are always just hearing the music, but they never like pay attention to the lyrics, man. So,
I can bumble the lyrics. I can't even like.
I know the lyric sounds on the beat, but pay attention. It's hard, man. I get it. Don't worry. I'll put you on, man. Not actual, but all right. I got a question for you. All right.
Yeah.
Which producer has the most Grammy wins and the most nominations in history?
Which producer has the most Grammy wins
and nominations in history?
That's a very unique question.
That's a very good question.
I don't even know the answer to that.
It's a hard one, man. But it's a hard one.
Can you tell me the first letter?
I'll give you a clue to who that person is.
Okay.
They are very. They were influential in creating the biggest musical star in history. Ooh, it's a hard one, bro. I can't make it too easy
Biggest
for you.
musical star in history.
I would say that's debatable, but anyone who knows music will be like, that person is pretty making people faint.
Yo, I couldn't even tell you.
I know. It's a hard one. It's a hard one. You know what? No why I was messing with you? Because of the timeline, the age difference.
Yeah,
So
like I can tell you for like but I'm thinking like the whole like.
You tell me, who do you think? Anyone. There's no wrong answer.
Like I'm just thinking like who has a really big catalog. Like I know Max Martin has a lot of music. I was honestly thinking Max Martin.
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna give you a clue.
Yeah, I can't tell you. I don't even study like the guys.
The guy behind the scenes. It's hard, you know what? Because the guys behind the scenes.
I'm gonna go home and study that actually.
Good. Because well, I'm gonna cheat. I'm gonna go like this. So this guy right there, Mr. Quincy Jones. Quincy, man. Quincy has produced, I think of all Michael Jackson's catalog.
Yeah.
MJ has the catalog. And like I said, this is just because of time difference here. Yeah. Like if you grew up in my era, you would know. But this man has 28 Grammys.
Damn.
And over 80 Grammy nominations, bro.
Damn.
Tell me that's not crazy, man. Like I said, my guy just passed recently, man. RIP to Quincy, but 80 nominations is madness, right?
I'm trying to be like him.
I'm trying
to get one.
You know
I haven't got my one yet.
hey, with that determination you got, it's coming, man. Don't even worry, man.
I'm gonna go home and study Quincy. Quincy, I never really was in like
a different genre. It's different. You know, that's like realistically, MJ was like 80s and 90s. You know what I mean? That's like way before your time. You know what I mean? That was
I only know the big hits. I never like even took in MJ's music like
hard,
that.
Man. It's hard because, like I said, it's a different time, man. It's like me saying, you know, I was studying the Spinners or like the Temptations, man. Like that was like my parents' era. You know?
Yeah.
Mind you, those guys have amazing songs. You know what I mean? When I look back, and that's like, you know, 60s, 70s, but like way before my time. But now that I'm older and I've got to the point where I'm like, you know, I enjoy listening to like some older stuff. Diana Ross, man, like I said, like Casey and the Sunshine, man, there's heavy hitters, man, who have had songs where those songs that you hear at a wedding or at a party, and you're like, no matter who you are, no matter what kind of tough guy you are, when you hear those songs, you can't help but
Bobby had to,
like, oh man, all right. We're gonna two-step it, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
All right, some lyric here.
Oh man.
First things first, rest in peace, Uncle Phil.
I know the song.
You know the song. I know you know the song. First things first. Like I said, another TV show from my time. First things first, rest in peace, Uncle Phil. For real.
Yeah. This is a Drake record.
Nope. Close. No? Close. First letter J. First.
Oh, J. Cole.
Yeah, brother.
Oh my God.
I know. Yo, but you know what's funny? I was talking to another guest before, and it's funny. He's like, yo, I never listen to lyrics, man. I'm like, I know, and that's why I made this question that way. If I give you guys questions about, you know, about the beat or the sounds, it's gonna be too easy, man.
Did Dre not say that? No, I know that's J. Cole, but
man. Hey, Uncle Phil is a big man. Yo. That guy was like a lot of, for all the guys that grew up in the '90s, that guy was like our second dad. You know, Uncle Phil was
what was the record by J. Cole?
It was what's the beat? The song's called
This is something I listened to back in grade 8.
It's a song, bro.
Now I remember.
First things first. I can't remember the name of the track, man, but I know the verse. Like I said, you guys remember the beats. I remember the name of the song will always be gone to me. But if you put the song on, and I hear the lyric,
I remember it was a hard hitting beat.
It was a heavy beat, man. Heavy beat, man.
I listened to grade 8. I remember, but now, like when I think about it,
See, look at this guy. This guy's like grade 8, man. Holy smokes. now you're making me feel old, bro.
Yeah.
But okay, so I got that one for you. This one's good because it's music related, it's producer related, but it's not like fully involved. So like, I'll put it this way. Which artist and producer interned at Fendi to learn more about fashion before starting their own brand?
To learn more about fashion producer internet. What? Dang, I don't even know that. Wow.
Producer that. Like I got the whole crew stunned out here. Everyone's thinking about it right now. So a producer who interned at Fendi to study so they could figure out ideas.
Is this a newer producer or?
He's a newer producer. A little controversial.
Controversial. Huh.
Used to be on Rockefeller.
I couldn't even tell you.
I'll give you this. I'll give you the teaser. He has a lot of shoes that people wear with Adidas, or used to be with Adidas.
And he's Kanye.
Yeah, brother. Yeah. Can you imagine that?
Yeah.
And that's what I'm talking about. Think about that. Someone who studied, like you said.
Yeah.
He didn't just say, let me just come out here and make some shoes. No, man, this guy went to Fendi itself, Italy, and
I didn't know that. Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah, man.
Okay.
Hey, man, Chat GPT.
Because I always view him as an artist. I completely forgot he used to make all the beats back in the day.
He's had, man. It's funny. I was reading this other article and I was talking about the college dropout series. Man, there's another album he was supposed to drop out that some artists had worked on and never saw the light of day. Like after the first 2 college series, there was one more album supposed to drop out and never happened. I think when his mom passed, things went haywire, and understandably, that's your mama. You know what I mean? Like that's our mom. Our mom's whole special place in our hearts, man. So because of that, like that album never came out, but that dude had hits, man. Like he still has hits. I don't even know. Like that guy is a musical genius, man.
Yeah, there's so many songs he's even produced that like he's not even an artist.
Yeah, man. And and that's the thing. A lot of people don't realize how much. Like I said, I'm a dude that likes to read those credits, man. And so I love when I hear a song and I'm like, oh my goodness, credits, Kanye. Like from the Rockefeller era to the Dipset era, man. Like all of them, a lot of heavy hitters, man.
Yeah,
all right. It's another one.
That's a good one.
It's a good one. I got 2 more. I got 2 more good ones for you, bro. Okay. I wonder if you get this one. Which artist proclaimed themselves the king of the South and is now doing stand-up comedy? Ooh.
An artist?
Yeah.
And is a rapper that is now doing stand-up comedy?
Not a lot of people realize it, man. Not a lot of people realize it. To be honest, I heard about it once on the radio. I'm like, what? Nah. And then I saw Instagram promotion for it because someone was shouting him out. I'm like, get the heck out of here.
Really?
Yeah, man.
Is he still a rapper?
He's still a rapper, but he basically said that he made a statement on the it was funny. He won a big lawsuit, and he basically said he's not doing concerts anymore. He's not gonna sweat like crazy for everyone else's entertainment, which I totally agree. You get that kind of cut paycheck. I ain't sweating on stage either, man. I'm sitting good. But he's gonna be doing comedy. It's a hard one, man. I'm getting you good.
Cause I don't even watch comedy.
I know. You know who it is? I'll tell you who it is. Mr. T.I.
Oh,
T.I., man. T.I. is gonna be doing stand-up. Who would have thought T.I., the hoodest of hood man.
Yeah, I wouldn't think that. What?
Stand-up comedy,
That's
bro.
crazy.
Who would have known? But hey, this guy's inventing himself, man, reinventing himself, doing something different. If he enjoys it, if he likes it,
that's sick. If he enjoys
good for him, man. Yeah, good for him.
T.I.
I would sweat like no. I can't do stand-up comedy. I would die, man. That'd be worse. Okay, last question.
You gotta give me some new gen questions.
I know.
This is back in the day. You know what I mean? So I'm like a kid, like under 10 years old.
Oh my God,
I'm feeling each one so far.
No. Well, you know what? This is nice though. Like it's one of those things that but I'll tell you right now, a lot of people won't get some of the answers, man. There's a lot of things that the common person won't even realize, you know what I mean? But what I like about these things is that some of these questions, for the Ye one or for T.I., it's different, artists who didn't keep themselves in a box.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They didn't say, I'm only gonna rap, or I'm only gonna do music, and that's the only thing I'm gonna do for the rest of my life. Like these guys said, you know what, I'm gonna do this, and I'm gonna branch out to do fashion. I'm gonna branch out to bring a shoe line. I'm gonna branch out and do some comedy. I'm gonna branch out and have reality TV shows like Tip did, man. Never hold themselves into that one box. They just branch out to do everything, right? Which I love, because that's, in this world, different avenues, right?
Yeah.
All right, there's another person who kind of did the same thing. Which famous super producer, and I say super producer because he's a big time producer, and a designer.
Designer?
And he's a designer.
Okay.
Is collaborating on his first condo development here in Toronto.
So he's probably from Toronto. No? Super producer.
Super producer. Designer.
Collaborating on a condo.
That's a hard one, bro. And I'll give you another tip. For some reason, this guy has like the elixir of the gods because this guy looks like he never ages, bro. Like this man looks like he never ages whatsoever. I don't know how. I don't know what his secret is. Hook up your boy. But he does not look like he ages at all somehow. And he's the head designer right now for one of the biggest brands in the world, LV, Louis Vuitton.
Yo, I'm actually
I'm getting you, bro. I'm getting you. Yes! This points to me. I'm winning this game. Yeah.
That's crazy.
I'll give you a teaser. He likes to skateboard. And his production group, he was in a production group that was named after a planet.
Named after a planet?
Named after a planet, bro. Named after a planet. It's a hard one.
And is he?
He's still produces.
Pharrell.
Yeah. There we go. Yes.
You know, honestly, I was thinking that in my head, but I'm just like, I don't know much about Pharrell to even.
But people don't realize, man, like that dude. First of all, like I said, this guy doesn't age. I don't know how. This guy literally does not age. Every time I see Pharrell, has looked the same since like the 90s up until now. I don't know what it is, man, but this guy just like...
When you told me that hint, I was thinking Pharrell. I just didn't know if I should say it.
Yeah, but you know what?
I don't know.
Think about that. Like, who would have thought that Pharrell's tied to a condo development? You know what I mean?
Here in Toronto?
Here in Toronto, bro. It's called Untitled, man. It's right on Eglinton, man.
Wow.
So yeah, man, and if you see this project, let me tell you something. This place looks spectacular. It's like Japanese designed, full basketball court inside the condo.
For real? Dang.
Beautiful.
I want a basketball court.
You know what I'm saying? Just holler at Pharrell and tell him I want like Louis Vuitton floors. You know what I mean? Like just deck it out. You know
I don't know he's part of Louis Vuitton.
Yeah, man. The guy, so when Virgil Abloh passed, R.I.P. him.
Yeah.
Louis Vuitton signed him up as the new lead head of design, man. Yeah, man.
Wow.
Like I said, another artist who didn't keep themselves in a box.
Mashed out.
You know what I mean? Like went from producing to fashion to, and like I say, he does a big real estate portfolio also. But then also, like I said, Toronto as his first multi-residential development with his name attached to it. I'll bring it there, man. It's a nice spot, man.
Bro, I'd love to go, bro.
Yeah, man.
That sounds dope.
Yeah, man. Like that's genius. So now when we think about producers and we think about, you know, people in the industry, what do you think then? Like, I know, like I said, you got years, bro. You're at the beginning, man. You got your rocket's just taking off, man. You got a lot of time, man. It's gonna be a lot of stuff to do, man. So when you think about where you're at now versus where you're gonna be, you know, let's say 20, 15 years from now, you know, you get this income comes in like crazy, you know, and I think, you know, people obviously know, you know, you get paid for the good work you're putting out. But when the money comes in, you know, some people have the tendency to be like, yo, I'm gonna buy 6 Lambos, you know, G-Wagon, buy, you know what I mean? And then blow through the money real quickly. How is it that you maintain your maturity and knowing that, okay, when this money comes in, I'm gonna make sure I use it wisely. I'm gonna do like, what is it that you do to kind of organize yourself when it comes to that?
I mean, just even in the industry, I hear about so many producers blowing through like their publishing checks, you know, whenever they sign a deal and stuff. But when I really signed at a young age, and you know, I was introduced to, you know, some money in, you know, life-changing money like at the time.
Yeah.
And one thing that I always told myself was, if you're gonna buy something, like what I tend to do is, if I'm gonna buy something, I wait 24 hours and see if I really want it.
That's smart.
Right?
I like
because like a lot of times it's impulse buys. You'll see it right there and it's just so accessible. But if you really wanted it, give it 24 hours. And if you really want it, then I would highly recommend you buy it. Because that means that's something you really like, you know? And another thing I also think about is, if I can't buy it 3 times, don't buy it. True. Right? True. So like, it's just wisdom, it's just to keep like you from overspending. Yes. And also like before, and you should like manage your money in like, you know, one for savings, one for wants, and one for needs. Yep. Another thing I also do immediately is reinvest back into what got me this money in the first place. Straight up. Right? So like when I made all my biggest records, like I made them all on my mom's speakers she brought from work.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? All my biggest records are made on that.
Shout out moms.
Yeah. Yeah, man. Yeah. And so then after that, I actually invested in a pair of like Yamahas and a subwoofer.
Nice.
You know, did my studio nicely, invested in some sound panels.
Yeah.
So a lot of it was into that, even a synthesizer, like, you know, so putting it all back into that. And then anytime I'm just out, like even being at school, like there's so many food spots around, you know what I mean? So I'm always spending money on that.
Yeah.
But like food is a necessity.
Yeah,
that's
exactly. Yeah, you gotta eat.
You just gotta look at your account. You gotta sit there, write it down in a book, and figure out how you want to like split it.
Yes.
You know what I mean? And
100%.
follow certain rules, like, you know, wait 24 hours, but if you can buy it 3 times,
yeah,
you know?
it's good. You know, those are simple things that I like that the 24-hour thing is so true.
Yeah.
Because like you said, when the money's there, it's easy to be like, I like that.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And now, man, you don't even need a card anymore. You just
The phone is a big problem, man. The Apple Pay, it's just 2 clicks.
It's 2 clicks, man, and it's there, man. And then I order it, and guess I don't even need to leave my house.
Yeah.
I could be in my pajamas and the doorbell rings, and I'm like, whoo, I got a package.
I got a package,
man. You know, it can't be easy. So you could see how easy it is to you know, to like go through the cash real quick, right?
And one more other thing is taxes. Oof. Like a lot of people forget about that.
Preach. Tell them again, bro.
It's so bad because especially being in Canada, like, you know, there's a lot of tax you have to pay here, right? And if you make a certain income, and as a producer, you'll get checks like for that year.
Yeah.
And then after that, you won't get anything, or you might like, and it's through different stuff. But like, especially that like a publishing check or something, a lot of people tend to forget about taxes.
Yes.
And if it's all through your own personal name,
bro,
you're paying too much.
Yes.
You're paying way too much.
Yes.
So you gotta learn about corporations.
Yes,
you gotta learn about business credit cards. You gotta learn about all those things. Like that's all stuff I had to learn when I was young. I had a great manager who taught me everything. But
I'm glad, I'm so glad you said that. That is like for producers, for actors, for any industry in when you're you're an entrepreneur, and like I said, you're an entrepreneur. You work for yourself, man. You own a company. That is like the Achilles heel of taxes. The one word that we all hate, 3 letters, tax.
But man, I hate it, bro. I hate it,
man. It's a lot, and like you said, unfortunately in Canada we pay a lot in taxes. Man. We pay a lot. Like it's.
So you gotta set some money aside for that too. Like,
being organized, that's huge, man. That is huge, and I'm glad that your manager kind of set you on that, because now you learn that at such a young age, you're gonna avoid so much of the problems that other people learn way later on. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And anyone else coming up in the game, man, you can tell them the same thing. Like,
I've heard it a lot too. Like just people paying so much. I'm like, no way you paid that much.
Yeah, bro. Man. Yeah, man. It's, and like you said, because the money comes in, you get that next tax bracket. It's like, I'm giving you how much?
Yeah.
For what?
Yeah.
Right? Yeah, man, it is, man. You know, but like, that's part of the life, man. It is what it is. What we're gonna do, man.
Yeah.
So, future. What is there anything else we could be looking forward to? Is there anything we should be keeping our ears to the streets? Is there anything new on and popping, or that you're allowed to say? I know we gotta keep the secrecy. Is there anything that you're allowed to talk about that we can be prepared for?
I mean, honestly, if there was something to talk about, I would tell you. But like the thing about being a producer and like how do I say like I'm not like a super producer, you know what I mean? So but I'm still like getting up there. But like a lot of times, like my biggest records, I didn't know about until the day it happened. So it'd just be a surprise to me, you know what I mean? So honestly, just look out for some new TN, man. Like, you know, like it might, you know, I'm still working, still grinding every day.
I love it.
You know, as an entrepreneur, you're working and not knowing if you'll make money tomorrow, right?
Straight up, man. Straight up.
You're working not knowing if you have a record tomorrow.
Straight up. You know, but you know what? You hit it the nail on the head again, brother. Like, that's the entrepreneur. I know everyone always thinks it's easy. You can make your own schedule, man. You can wake up when you want. But I also can work 26 hours straight, you know what I mean? Because I gotta put the work in, you know what I mean? I gotta be on a flight here, come back here, do this record, jump on the next flight there.
Yeah.
Right?
And it's very easy to slack off.
Yeah.
Because if you work a regular job, you have a boss telling you what to do.
Yeah, man.
When it comes to entrepreneurial work, you're your own boss.
Yeah, man. Yep.
You feel what I mean? Yeah. You gotta schedule yourself. Which requires more discipline than you ever think.
100%. That is like, that's exactly it. I think, people forget that it's the discipline it takes to be your own boss, to say, I'm gonna wake up early, I'm gonna work late, I'm not gonna go out on the weekend, you know, if friends going out, but you know what, I gotta put this work in. You know what I mean? People forget, to get where you wanna be or to get anywhere, you gotta put in the work, man. And then, you know, once you get everything established, then you can chill a little bit. But like, especially at the beginning, you gotta put in the work, man.
Yeah.
You know, I like that, man. I gotta say, yo, moms and pops did a good job, man.
Yeah.
You gotta shout mom and pops for a reason. And you know what? You told me that you did this your first beer on your sister's computer. Yeah?
Oh, yeah.
So that means, I gotta say, is it big sis?
Yeah, I don't know, little sister.
Little sister.
She had a laptop before me. You know what I mean? So I had a Mac Mini. That's what
you know what I gotta say, man. Yo, so shout out to little sis, man, because of the little sis laptop, man. We got your music popping now.
Big shout out to my family for like the amount of work they do for me.
Family is the key, man. Family is what keeps us balanced in this life, man. No, I like that, man. Family is the word. So keep putting out those hits, man.
Yes, sir.
I'm glad you came through.
I appreciate you.
I love it, man. I love it, man. Stay tuned, ladies and gentlemen. Episode 3 coming soon. Thanks for watching. Dave Eno Exchange. Ladies and gentlemen, thanks again for watching our show. But we wanted to tell you guys that after every show, during every show, we're always provided with the best of best food. And these first couple episodes were provided by the one and only Mrs. King's Kitchen, Nicole.
Hey everyone, my name is Miss King and I am from Miss King's Kitchen. Now, if you guys are looking for any sort of private chef, meal prep, or any sort of good food, come check me. Miss King's Kitchen, that's MS King's Kitchen, IG, Facebook, Pinterest, you'll find me.
Don't forget it, guys. Hit her up for the best food. Much love, guys. See you again.